Uh, Hello, myself is Sheikh Muhammad Shakil, and I would like to welcome you in my YouTube channel Shakil Sir Physics. This is my third lecture on oscillations chapter. In the last lecture, we have derived expressions for displacement, velocity and acceleration of a particle performing simple harmonic motion. Similarly, we have seen expressions for displacement of a particle when it starts from mean position and when it starts its motion from extreme position. Now today we will see another link of that is displacement, velocity and acceleration at time t. So we know equation of displacement is x is equals to a sine omega t plus phi. This is displacement of particle at time t. Now from this equation we can find velocity and acceleration of the particle at time t. So for that purpose we will have to differentiate equation 1 with respect to time. So velocity is nothing but velocity is equals to dx by dt. So here we will substitute value of x. So d by dt of, as we know, x is a sine omega t plus phi. We will use square bracket. Now after differentiating this equation we will get, as a is constant, so differentiation of sine, derivative of sine. So derivative of sine is cos. So cos of omega t plus phi. Then differentiation of this angle omega t plus phi. So if we will differentiate it, then final answer will be simply omega. I am not going into further classification or clarification. Directly I am writing here answer of derivative of omega t plus phi as omega. Now if we will rearrange it, then we will get velocity as a omega cos omega t plus phi. Give it equation number 2. So this is velocity of a particle at time t. Now in order to find expression for acceleration, we have to differentiate equation 2 with respect to time. So differentiating this equation, acceleration is equals to dv by dt. So dv by dt, we will substitute value of v, a omega cos omega t plus phi. So a omega will be outside the differentiation. Derivative of cos is nothing but minus sine theta. Derivative of cos theta is minus sine theta. So minus sine of omega t plus phi. Again differentiation of this bracket. So differentiation of this bracket will be simply omega. So after rearranging we will get acceleration as minus a omega square sine of omega t plus phi. So these three equations are equations of displacement, velocity and acceleration of a particle at time t. Now we will see where will be the maximum and minimum values of displacement, velocity and acceleration. So for that purpose I will rough it and we will see values of acceleration, velocity and displacement, minimum and maximum values. Minimum and maximum values. So where displacement will be minimum and maximum. So first of all I will write equation of displacement, x is equals to a sine omega t plus phi. So when the particle is at mean position, it is starting its motion from mean position. So at mean position, omega t plus phi is equals to 0. Therefore, sine of omega t plus phi will be 0. So here we will get x is equals to a into 0 means 0. So this we can write as x minimum is equals to 0. This is the value of minimum displacement. That is, displacement is minimum when particle is at mean position. So where will be the maximum displacement? So we will see what happens at extreme position. So at extreme position, omega t plus phi will be equal to either pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2. So sine of omega t plus phi, that is sine pi by 2, will be equal to sine of omega t plus phi, that is sine pi by 2. This will be equal to 1. So therefore x will be equal to plus minus a, or x maximum is equals to plus minus a. So displacement is maximum at the extreme position. In this way also we can see where is the velocity maximum and minimum. So for velocity we know v is equals to plus minus omega square root a square minus x square. So at the mean position, x is equals to 0. So at mean position displacement is 0. Therefore this equation will become v is equals to plus minus omega a square minus 0. Therefore v will be equal to plus minus a omega, or we can write it like v maximum is equals to plus minus a omega. So that means velocity is maximum when the particle is at the mean position. Similarly, at extreme position, we know at extreme position displacement is equal to amplitude. So when we will substitute this value in the equation of velocity, then v is equals to plus minus omega a square minus a square. So this will become 0. Therefore velocity will become 0, or we can write v minimum is equal to 0. That means velocity is minimum when the particle is at the extreme position. So from here also we can conclude where should be the acceleration maximum, because acceleration is nothing but it is the simply rate of change of velocity. So velocity is changing at extreme position, maximum change. So for acceleration we know acceleration is equals to minus omega square x. In terms of magnitude also we can write acceleration is equals to omega square x. So at mean position, as displacement is 0. Since displacement is 0 at mean position, so acceleration will be equal to minus omega square into 0 is equals to 0. That means acceleration is minimum at the mean position. So what should happen at the extreme position? So at extreme position, x is equals to a. Therefore acceleration will be equal to, in terms of magnitude if we will write, then it will become omega square a. That means acceleration is maximum at the extreme position. So after this we will see some definitions which are related with simple harmonic motion. So in this, first definition is regarding amplitude. Amplitude we generally denote by capital A. Now what is amplitude? Amplitude is nothing but it is the maximum displacement of the particle from mean position. For example, let us consider here a particle is performing simple harmonic simple harmonic motion. O is the mean position and m and n, these are two extreme positions. So on either sides we can take it. The maximum displacement of the particle from mean position to the extreme position. This is nothing but amplitude of the particle performing SHM. We denote it by A and its SI unit is meter. Now this Mn, this is the path along which particle is performing simple harmonic motion. So what we can call to this path? So this path is nothing but path length. Path length is nothing but it is the complete path along which particle is performing simple harmonic motion. So this is equals to Mn. Now what is the relation between path length and amplitude? So we can write here path length is nothing but twice of amplitude. Now next thing is time period or period of simple harmonic motion or period of a particle performing simple harmonic motion. It is denoted by T. Now what should be period? As we are aware of this thing, because this we have seen in circular motion also and in different types of motion also. So what is time period? Time period is nothing but it is the time taken by the particle to complete one oscillation. For one oscillation, how much time is needed? That is nothing but time period. And it is generally denoted by T. T is equals to 2 pi by omega. And unit of time period is second. Now, how we are getting this 2 pi by omega? So, that also we can prove that time period equal to 2 pi by omega. So, how? So, for that purpose, we will take displacement equation. X is equals to A sine omega t plus phi. Now, let us consider that particle is at point P. Here its displacement is x and that is given by x is equals to A sine omega t plus phi. Now we have to prove that particle is taking 2 pi by omega time to complete one oscillation. So we can prove that. So for that purpose, let us consider, we don't know how much time is needed for one oscillation. So let us consider a time t dash. We will try to find after time t dash where is the particle, and let us consider that this time t dash is equals to t plus 2 pi by omega. At time t particle is at point P. After time t plus 2 pi by omega, where is the particle? So now its displacement will become x dash. X dash is equals to A sine. Now t will become t dash. Here we will substitute value of t dash. X dash is equals to A sine omega. Now in place of t dash we can write t plus 2 pi by omega plus phi. So x dash is equals to A sine. Now multiply this bracket with omega. So omega into t, omega t plus omega will get cancelled, 2 pi plus phi. If we rearrange it, x dash is equals to A sine 2 pi plus, in bracket I am writing omega t plus phi separately. So we know one trigonometric relation, sine of 2 pi plus theta is equals to sine theta. So from this we can conclude x dash is equals to A sine 2 pi plus omega t plus phi should be equal to omega t plus phi. Now observe these two equations. Equation of x is equals to A sine omega t plus phi and x dash is equals to A sine omega t plus phi. That means after time t plus 2 pi by omega, or simply after 2 pi by omega time, particle is again at point P. Here we can conclude that x dash is equals to x. Therefore, we can say t is equals to 2 pi by omega. So in this way we can show that time period of a particle performing simple harmonic motion is nothing but t is equals to 2 pi by omega. Now here also in terms of omega we can write as omega square is equals to k upon m. So omega will be equal to square root of k upon m. So when we will substitute value of omega here, t is equals to 2 pi square root of k upon m, or we can write it like this: t is equals to 2 pi square root of m upon k. This is also one of the equation for finding time period in terms of mass and force constant. And the last thing is frequency of a particle performing simple harmonic motion. So what is frequency? Frequency is denoted by small n. Sometimes frequency is denoted by small f. So what is frequency? Frequency is nothing but it is the number of oscillations performed by the particle in 1 second, or the number of oscillations performed per unit time by the particle. So we can write n as n is equals to 1 upon t. N and t, frequency and time period, are reciprocal to each other. So n is equals to, as we know, t is equals to 2 pi by omega, so n will be equal to omega upon 2 pi. Or in terms of force constant, we can also write equation of frequency as we know, omega is equals to square root of k by m. So this is equation for, or formula for, frequency of a particle performing simple harmonic motion. Its unit is hertz. So thank you very much for today's lecture.